Hello everyone. In the absence of an electric field or it may be a magnetic field, even with respect to the either it may be the electrorheological fluids or the magnetorheological fluids, both are characterized as a Newtonian fluids only. As we know that the ER or it may be the magnetoreological fluids consists of the particles, either it may be a magnetic particles or it may be a polarized particles. These particles, once if it is not charged or once if the external field is removed, this it is behaving something like a Newtonian fluids only, which is same as that of a normal oil only. As you know that the resisting shear strain with nu and as well as the shear stress tau proportional to the product of the strain rate nu and as well as the viscosity. See, any material if the particles are added, that is especially with respect to the material means the oils. Once for the oils, if the particles, either it may be magnetic particles or it may be polarizable particles, these particles are added, the viscosity starts increasing it. Once if the viscosity starts increasing it, the shear stresses or the shear load bearing capacity is also increasing it. And as you know that the shear stress is directly proportional to shear strain. If the shear stress is equal to shear strain with a constant eta. Now, the magnetoreology is a branch of the rheology that deals with the flow of the deformation of the material under the applied magnetic fields. Now, the magnetoreological fluids was invented by Jacob Rainbow in 1949 only, but the what we can say the application of the magnetoreological fluids is evolved somewhere at the end of the 20th century. The magnetoreological fluids are suspensions of a non-colloidal multi-domain and as well as a magnetically soft inorganic or aqueous liquid. Now, many different ceramic materials and alloys have been described and can be used to prepare the magnetoreological fluids. See, for the preparation of the magnetoreological fluids, the magnetic particles which are required should be a magnetically multi-domain and exhibits a low level of magnetic coercivity. Now, the particle size, shape, densities, particle size distribution, saturation, magnetization, and coercive field are the important characteristics of the magnetically active dispersed phases. See, any material, if these either it may be the particle size, if it starts increasing it, the particle will start settling down and forming a what we can say a thick layer at the base. The shape is also matters. See, the shape in the sense, even if the particle shapes is of something like what we can say having the sharp edges, the same thing if it is used for the application in the case of the brakes, there may be a chances of the scratches with respect to the brake drums. And the density, as you know that if the particle starts adding into the fluids or it may be the oils, automatically the density increases. This density means it should not crosses the limit. Once if it crosses the limit means it will become something like a semi solid material, and even there also the use of these type of fluid materials will become a difficult in respect to the application. The particle size distribution matters a major in the process of the magnetoreological fluids. As we know that these particles, it should not settle down or it should not float. The entire thing, it should be equally distributed. If it is distributed, then only the magnetization it will be a easier one. If not means it is very difficult in the process of the magnetoreological effect. Other than the magnetic particles, the base fluid surfactants, anti-corrosion additives are important factors that affects the rheological properties and the stability and redispersibility of the MR fluid in the off state in terms of their consistency. As you know that if the material, if the magnetorheological fluid, if it is under application, the particle distribution it will be uniform, and the particles it will be in a colloidal form, and the same thing it can be arranged in what we can say in a linear fashion, by which automatically the density of the fluid will increases, by which it can be used for the application. But the same thing, if it is not underused, these magnetic particles it should not settle at the bottom. If they start settling at the bottom, then once if it is under the application purpose, even at that time also it is a very difficult to what we can say to make it as a distributed particles. The the change in viscosity is completely reversible when the magnetic field is removed. Once the magnetic field is applied, it induces a bipole in each of the magnetic particles. The inherent particle forces originating from the magnetic interaction leads to the material with a higher apparent viscosity. The bipolar interaction is responsible for the chain-like formation of the particles in the direction of the magnetic field. It is also believed that in addition of the magnetic interaction between the two particles and the formation of the particle contributes to a certain level to the increase in the apparent viscosity. The particle held together by the magnetic field and the chain of the particle resist a certain level of the shear stresses without breaking, which makes them to behave like a solid material. When the shear stress exceeds a critical value, the structure breaks and the material starts to flow. The magnetorheological fluid effect is often characterized by the Bingham's plastic model, which will be discussed in the further sessions. The schematic diagram shows the formation of a chain-like formation of the magnetic particles in the MR fluids in the direction of the what we can say the applied magnetic field. See, as we know that the magnetic particles, if you place it on the paper, and then below the paper if you place the magnet because of the magnetic field, the entire thing what we can say a linear chain like structure it will be seen in the particles. The same way, even if the magnetic particles, if it is distributed or dispersed in the oils, even there also the particles will form like a chain structure once if it is get magnetized, or if the magnetic field is applied to that liquid, automatically these magnetic particles will form a chain like structure by which the shearing stress taking capacity of that material will increases. Or if the same thing if it is removed, what we can say the particles will be randomly distributed. These randomly distributed particles can be aligned in the linear form by applying a magnetic field. Now, the discovery and as well as the early development of the magnetorheological fluids. The earliest report says that the electrorheological and as well as the magnetorheological effects were discussed somewhere in 1940s, and the remarkable of their insight into a physical phenomena for the scope, thoroughness and as well as the test program that had been carried out for the degree to which their author anticipated a present day application and the problem they would present. The following the appearance of those, the initial paper development of the ER fluid and as well as the application proceeded sporadically. While the MR fluid technology attracts a little interest, a steady work with the ER fluid began somewhere in the middle of 1980s, after which the research of the magnetoreological fluid attracted a greater attention with respect to the application.